for a higher GC news. Mema Bawumia Kwaba had the latest hot ekwa enamide bramo and so we subscribe to channel idea bomodia say obe subscribe. There we are say obe click the subscribe button na wabeli notification. We had a video for be upload when the first person once ebeka sa video. Afi we are na like video give us a thumbs up na fe share my for so now when you be here now and somewhere koso e Ghana memwa afi yebura ye and somewhere abeto yepno so umayenti sa reporting somewhere abeto jamayenti.
As a legal practitioner, having followed this as well, Edugitamaklo, would you say that the minority are right, that President John Dramani Mahama is on a political vendetta, a coup, so to speak, flouting due regulations, and that power of discretion has been exercised wrongly?
Okay, so once again, I just want to thank your viewers for this opportunity. The comments from the MPP micro minority and the MPP as a whole is a calculated attempt to politicize an obvious constitutional duty that President Mahama is performing. But the reason why you'd expect that the MPP would want to politicize this obvious constitutional duty being performed by President Mahama is because of a certain fear, a certain, I'll call it, panic. Because if not, has President John Dramani Mahama done anything today outside the scope of the 1992 Constitution?
How do you mean, Edwin?
The answer is no. President Mahama has not done anything outside what the Constitution requires him to do. As we speak, we have only one President of the Republic. President John Dramani Mahama does not share that position with Afenyo Markin. He doesn't share that position with Atta. He doesn't share that position with lawyer Darko or Bafwewa. There is only one President of the Republic at any time. And today, it is President John Dramani Mahama. Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution is clear as to the procedure, what ought to be done. Has President Mahama done something contrary to what the Constitution stipulates? No. Now, the 1992 Constitution envisaged that we'll get to this point. And let me tell you this. You see, in the past, in drafting this 1992 Constitution, it mirrors our history. Because Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the record says that when he was not happy with the acquittal of Tawi Adamafio and co, decided to remove judges that he was not happy with. And so when we're crafting the 1992 Constitution, we place in it elaborate procedures if there's an intention to remove a Superior Court judges. Thankfully, post-1992, we have the benefit of how judges have been removed. Superior Court judges from High Court to Supreme Court judges, there is a process for their removal. In fact, based on the Anas investigation, Tiger Eye or something,
some High Court judges were removed. Incidentally, it was under President Mahama, if you remember. Now you see, if you read the Constitution, Article 146, it says, a justice of the Superior Court or chairman of so and so shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior, incompetence, or grounds of inability. Now listen, this way is even more profound. He says that you cannot remove a justice of the Superior Court except in accordance with the procedure specified in this article. So you notice that all the MPP lawyers combined, so far none of them is able to say that President Mahama had breached any provision of the Constitution. Because you see, what distinguishes a good leader from others is who his advisors are. President Mahama had the benefit of having a very matured former Attorney General as his legal counsel in the person of Marietta Brew. Now, with the benefit of such sound legal advice, together with the learned Attorney General and the lawyers he has, he had decided to stick to what the Constitution says. It's not an amateur. No. So what President Mahama has done is to follow the strictures of the Constitution. Now, Article 146(3) says, if the President receives a petition for the removal of a justice of the other than the Chief Justice, and in this case, it's the Chief Justice. So you notice that in the Constitution, there is only one person to perform that function. And that person is the President. Now, our friends in the NPP are saying that when the people or the petitioners had their petition or grounds, President Mahama ought to have shut the Jubilee House and block the airspace, block every way, so that they cannot come there and present the petition to him. But you see, there's something unique about President Mahama. Consistency. Let me tell you this. NPP member called Richard Nyama, you know him.
Yeah, I know him very well.
He even contested the NPP primaries, I think in Pandai.
Yeah.
Somewhere around 2015, 2014. Brought a petition for the removal of an appointee of President Mahama in the person of Madame Vivian Loretta Lamte, the then Shrad boss. What did President Mahama say? He didn't say, oh, this is an NPP person bringing a petition to have my own appointee removed, and so I will close my door. No. He took possession of the petition from Richard Nyama, went through the process, and eventually, you know what eventually happened? A committee, just as this committee, was set up by the then Chief Justice, that's George Nawood. And this is what the letter says. That's the 5th January 2015. Mr. Richard Nyama, petition for the removal from office of the Commissioner for the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice under Article 146. So President Mahama, consistent with his previous conduct, where an NPP person brought a petition to have the then Shrad board removed, complied with the Constitution. And listen, when everything was done, the then Chief Justice put up a 5-member committee comprising His Lordship Justice Eniyebua, His Lordship Justice Bennett, Her Ladyship Justice Mariama Owusu, one Edwin Barnes, and Brigadier General Fuseni Idrisu. So it was this 5-member committee that investigated a complaint against Madame Loretta Lamte. And in fact, the lawyer for Richard Nyama at that time was my own senior Samson Ladi Ayeneni. They went through the process, gave their recommendation, and President Mahama, pursuant to Article 146, caused to be removed.
What's your point with this?
The point I am making is that President Mahama has demonstrated consistency and fidelity to the law. President Mahama has not done anything. Now let's juxtapose that by parity of reasoning to the instant petition. We are being told that 3 petitions came relative to Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice. When President Mahama received the petition, right, do you know what he did? His communication minister, information minister, the Honorable Felix Kwachi, put out in the public that the President is in receipt of this petition for the removal of Her Ladyship. Pursuant to that, he gave an indication that the Council of State will be informed, so that the council together with him will perform the constitutional responsibility when said petitions are removed. Subsequent to that, the NPP, led by the Member of Parliament for Tafo Pankrono, Vincent,
also a legal practitioner, and
the former Attorney General, Godfrey Adame, rushed to the Supreme Court. Relief 1 had to do with the fact that Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, was not notified. And for some of us, we say, how did Asefua become aware that her ladyship was not notified. Was she in communication with her ladyship?
How did you deduce that?
No, because Relief
they
One.
Put the cat before the horse?
No, Relief One. Not long ago, there was a letter from her ladyship, the Chief Justice, copying the Association of Judges and Magistrates and some other people, requesting from the president copies of the petition for her response. President John Dramani Mahama properly advised, proceeded. In fact, her ladyship wanted 7 days. President Mahama says, no, I will even give you 10 days so that you can prepare your whatever response you have adequately. My information shows that her ladyship didn't responded to the petition. She actually filed a supplementary response. Now, having filed a response and a supplement, clearly what that suggests is that even per her own conduct, is that she had joined issues with the petitioners. So usually in law, like we always say in the judicial court process, when you join issues with maybe a plaintiff or whatever, you are simply saying that this matter should be set down for trial because there are controversies. That is the only responsibility of President Mahama at this stage. To just demonstrate that there are controversy. And so when the petition came and she got the opportunity to respond, she put together response and documents. That is not the responsibility of President Mahama. It is not for President Mahama to interrogate those documents. All President Mahama is supposed to do at this stage is to make a determination that is the petition frivolous or not. How can a frivolous petition get a response and a supplementary response with documents attached? So at this point, all President Mahama had done together with the Council of State is to say that, look, this is not frivolous. And to the extent that it is not frivolous, I am setting up together with the Council of State, having been properly consulted, a situation where, a situation where they are now going to investigate the merit or otherwise. At this point, President Mahama has not said her ladyship, the Chief Justice, is guilty. All he said is that the petition had met a certain minimum threshold. It is gone beyond frivolity. So for that matter, let a panel that the Constitution itself says should be done. Now, with His Lordship Justice Gabriel Puaman, Justice Asiedu, one from the military.
As the lady by Dalubo.
Yes. Then there's a professor, and then Domlevo. Domlevo has distinguished himself in this country. Very respected person.
You're saying particularly because there could be content about misappropriation of funds? Or
no, from all indication, the understanding is that portions of it relates to the Auditor General and his findings. And to the extent, who better appreciate the issues of audit than the former Auditor General? And so, as we speak now, what President John Dramani Mahama had done is basically to just comply with the 1992 Constitution. But you see,
just to make this intervention, while that is complying with the tenets of the 1992 Constitution, I've heard the Member of Parliament for Minsha Sound, who is also a legal practitioner, by the way, Nana J. Bafwewa, who insists that discretionary power that the president exercises or is exercising, perhaps he shouldn't have been exercising that without a constitutional instrument in place, etc. Even though it's been exercised also before by former presidents.
You see.
How is that a justification?
You see.
Or not?
You see, sometimes people like Bafwewa and others betray a certain lack of, what shall I say? I want to be careful with my choice of word.
I don't understand. You're saying they're exhibiting double standards?
No, I think they have gone beyond the issue of double standard. Selective amnesia.
You've listened to him, haven't you?
Desperate blindness. You understand? Bafwewa has been a lawyer in this country. On what basis did President Mahama remove, what shall I say, Madam Lamte? On what basis did Nana Dodan Akufo Addo remove Charlotte Osei? But you see, they want to throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians. Article 146(11) says, quote, the president may at any time revoke a suspension under this article. More importantly, if you look at the federal constitutional provisions, it says that where a petition has been referred to the committee, the president may, in the case of the Chief Justice, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, by a warrant signed by him, suspend the Chief Justice. Complete. That's what the law says.
And that's where we are currently.
And that is where we are.
Why is that important for the suspension to happen?
No, because the Constitution envisaged that should happen. There is a possibility of that happening. So the Constitution is provided for it.
So that
and President Mahama, as we speak, has just complied with that constitutional provision without more. Now, they confuse something. You see, the Supreme Court, in the case of Ransford France and the Attorney General, where the Constitution in Article 47 says that the Electoral Commission may create new constituencies, you understand, and now came back to Article 296 to say that if you look at Article 296, the constitutional provision, and it's important that I reference it because it's public education. If you look at Article 296, and this is where they want to confuse people by saying that President Mahama has done something contrary. Okay, here. It says, listen, where in this constitution or any other law, discretionary power is vested in any person or authority, that discretionary power shall be deemed to imply a duty to be fair and candid. So far, President Mahama has said, look, give her the petition. Let her file her response. She even filed a supplement. So how was that capriciously done? He said, the exercise of that discretionary power shall not be arbitrary, capricious, biased, either by resentment. What has President Mahama done? The petitioners are not NDC members. In fact, in the case of Loretta, it was a known MPP person, including Frank Anno Dompreh. President Mahama didn't say go away. He took it, acted on it, and even removed his own appointee. Now, this is where it gets interesting. He says, quote, where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, there shall be published a constitutional instrument or a statutory instrument, regulation, that are not inconsistent with the provision of this constitution. This is where they raise the issue about President Mahama. And that because the constitutional provision on suspension says the president may, it means that the president they should have been published a CI or a statutory instrument to regulate how that may function appearing in Article 146 should be. No. You see, so the Supreme Court clarified that matter in Ransford France. Because the conversation in Ransford France was that because the EC had not brought up an instrument to show how to create new constituencies, the new constituencies that were created in 2012, everything done under it were unconstitutional. In the reasoning of His Lordship Justice dapaah then raised the issue of nuclear meltdown and said that no, that is not the reasoning. If not, any time the president wants to exercise a discretion, it means that he must come up with a constitutional instrument. That is how Ransford France in that matter, the new constituencies in 2012 were created. Because they wanted that entire CI set aside. And I remember it was my lecturer in company law, Jogati, who was the lawyer for Ransford France in that matter. And so I think it must be very clear that the Supreme Court itself has spoken authoritatively on this matter. It doesn't work that way. If not, any time the president wants to exercise a discretion, he would be required to provide a constitutional instrument to guide that. And that is where His Lordship Justice dapaah said, no, if that is the case, even the functioning of executive power will grind to a halt. At this point, there is only one person who can exercise that power under Article 146, and that person is President John Dramani Mahama. So everything that has been done so far is within the confines of the 1992 Constitution.
Well, yesterday I read a very strange petition by a group of women who claimed that they are Christians. And their petition was to ask for stopping the process of investigating allegations against the Chief Justice and her possible impeachment. Now, the basis of their petition was that the Chief Justice is a woman and a Christian, and therefore she should not be removed from office. And I was wondering, the name which came to my mind immediately was the name of Charlotte Osei. And I think it's important to remind the petitioners that Madame Charlotte Osei was not a priest of the Akunedi shrine. She too was a Christian. It's important also to remind them that she is a woman, and also that Loretta, the woman who was removed from shrine, was not a Buddhist. And beyond that, she was also a woman. I mean, what is this crass? Anyway, what is this? That she should not be removed because she's a woman and a Christian. Where is that coming from? What law says that when Christians infract, the law, they should be left free and so on? I mean, very strange. But you see, it did not end there. One of the persons that I grew up respecting a lot, Mr. Sammy Okujato, one of the most distinguished lawyers of our time. And when I was growing up, she was the leader of the NAO, the National Alliance of Liberals, which was in opposition to the Progress Party. And indeed, all of us came to respect him a lot because of his principled stand against the Buzia administration and so on. And yesterday, he made a statement which was most shocking. The statement he made was that having been suspended, there was no way the Chief Justice could come back to office. And I was wondering, which law says that? Which provision in the Constitution says that? Suspension is not the equivalent of dismissal. In fact, suspension means that if she is exonerated, she will come back to office. That's what suspension means. So I was just wondering how Mr. Sammy Okujato, distinguished legal practitioner, one of the most senior lawyers in Ghana today, could come to such a conclusion. How did he come to this conclusion? Unbelievable. Now, there's something else that I want to emphasize, and it's simply this. This morning, all kinds of things are being published. And the claim is that they are the petitions on the basis of which the matter was referred to the Council of State. We cannot accept what we are seeing in the papers as petitions. There's no way of verifying that, and we cannot accept them now as the petitions. They may well be, but there's no basis for accepting them as a petition as at now. That's an important part of the equation. And it's also to do with what is claimed to be the Chief Justice's response to the petition. I think they should be dismissed as they are. So, now, for those who are crying all over the place and so on, I want them to show me one law one constitutional provision which has been breached by the president. One, just one. Clearly, they talk about this will be a bad precedent and so on and so on. How is it legal? What in the Constitution says that anything which has been done so far is unconstitutional? What in the laws of Ghana says that anything which has been done so far is illegal? So, until they are able to do that, I think it's important for them to keep quiet and stop the noise making. You see, the Chief Justice has not helped herself at all in this matter. One, by leaking some information, about this process, she has done herself some damage. The framers of the Constitution decided that all of this should be held in secret, in camera, and so on, in order to protect the image and reputation of the Chief Justice, especially when at the end of the process she's found innocent, so she can come back, sit on the bench, and continue to act as Chief Justice without reputational damage. And I think she should have respected this position. The moment she leaked aspects of the correspondent and so on, she opened the door. Because the petition against Charlotte Osei, as we sit here, nobody knows who the petitioners were. It was never disclosed. It was done in confidence. You understand? The processes were done in camera and so on. But this Chief Justice, because of her own conduct, opened the doorway, and now things are flying around and so on. And no matter what happens, even if she's found innocent in the process, she's likely to suffer some reputational damage. You understand? It may well be, as it is claimed, that this allegation, I'm not saying that the allegation is true, that she traveled with a daughter, she traveled with a husband, and some per diem was paid and so on, may well be that it fitted into her conditions of service. But you see, people are asking questions. People are saying, why should anybody working in Ghana under Ghanaian conditions and for the Ghanaian people be given a vacation abroad? I mean, why would you employ anybody, Chief Justice, President, whatever, Minister, and in their conditions of service, you say that they are entitled to vacation abroad. They can travel abroad to enjoy their holidays, especially at the expense of the taxpayer and so on. So, you see, this leakage is causing some damage, and I'm very uncomfortable about that, because it is just possible that at the end of the day, she may be found innocent, and because she will be found innocent, she may have to return to her position. Yes. But all these things will be hanging on her neck and so on. So I'm worried about that. Now, the other thing I'm worried about is that, and there's no law which prescribes how people should select their lawyers when they have cases to answer. There's no law which prescribes that. And indeed, I think that all lawyers, if they are faithful to their calling, will do a good job regardless of their political coloring and so on. But then there's this thing called public perception. And public perception is not grounded in law. Public perception has to do with our inherent biases and so on. You understand? So if you have a situation where a Chief Justice is in this situation, and it does appear that her entire legal team is made up of persons from a particular party, that is damaging. In fact, that may tend to reinforce the public perception that this is a political case between the NDC and the NPP, and the aesthetics are not good. It doesn't help the sitting Chief Justice. And I think that she would have known much better. I was expecting her to have known much better. Now, it gets worse when a whole political party jumps into the vanguard of her defense. You know, it's strange. Now, there's another aspect which for me is troubling. I've been talking about it, you know, it's exceedingly troubling. Some people have already started jumping the gun. And what are they doing? They're saying, oh, if this succeed, then maybe there'll be a petition against the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and that will also succeed. Why not? Why not? If it is established that her conduct amounts to stated misbehavior, misconduct, and incompetence, and so on, and she goes away, she's removed through a constitutional process, what should stop the Council of State, the President, and relevant institutions from removing the Electoral Commission if she's also found to be incompetent and to have engaged in stated misbehavior? What should stop that? Kwame, what should stop that? My brother, what should stop that?
Well,
why should we even think of that?
That's my question. What should we think of that?
If the chairperson of the Electoral Commission or any member of the Electoral Commission has behaved in such a manner as to qualify for impeachment, so be it. If the president has behaved in any manner to qualify for impeachment, so be it. So it doesn't matter the number of people who will be affected. There are so many people who can be impeached, you know, on the basis of stated misconduct. Yeah. None of them should become insulated from the process simply because the Chief Justice has fallen. So that argument doesn't make any sense at all. And I think we should drop it. So far, it seems to me that the president has carried out his constitutional duty. What he has done is an injunction by the Constitution and the laws of Ghana. Indeed, if the president did not act in the manner in which he has acted, we ought to take him on for dereliction of duty. You understand? So the president is only doing what we elected him to do. Look, I am opposed to the death sentence. Because, for example, we know that many people were on death row and eventually, some people were actually executed and eventually we found them innocent. So once you execute people, you cannot bring them back to life. And that is why we ought to be very, very cautious about carrying out the death sentence and so on. But you see, one of the duties of a president is to sign warrants for killing people. In Ghana, you cannot have a president who is squeamish, who doesn't want to kill. Because one of his duties is that when the state decides that somebody must be killed, he has to approve it. So everybody you elect as a president must have the instinct, the knack to kill. It's his duty. You understand? It's a very unpleasant duty. But if you want to be president of Ghana, you should be somebody who can take a pen and sign for somebody to be killed, to be shot, to be hanged, and so on. It's not a very pleasant duty, is it? So presidents have duties imposed on them which are not which are not pretty, which are not elevating, and so on. But they have to act as presidents. And that is the position in which President John Dramani Mahama finds himself. It is possible that President John Dramani Mahama really admires this Chief Justice. It is possible.
It's possible, yes.
It is possible that John Dramani Mahama in his quite sober moments and so on, thinks that this is a very beautiful, honest, hard-working woman.
Yeah.
But the Constitution says that he must act in this way. Yeah. He cannot refuse to act in this way. The Constitution insists that he must report these matters to the Council of State. And then when the Council of State establishes a prima facie case, he has to set up a 5-member committee to go into the matter. When the 5-member committee decides, oh my goodness, that the Chief Justice fell foul of the law, that she was engaged in misconduct and she was incompetent, President Mahama has no choice but to sack her. This is the Constitution. This is the duties we elected him to perform. And I think he should be allowed to perform his duties. Finish.
Lawyer, Nansu Obugana Amambra Kunino, or the Constitution Ejuma. Tanape, not wonder, most of the newspapers were abona. Na letter Abba Bontinya Efi, Ghana, a lawyer Fuina Kubatanho. Aba na Ghana Bar Association. O can letter na besia. Obia lie ba kumpuni honoma. Wo fault man penyi Mahama ana wo bonusumbo. So far as the processes leading to the suspension and possible removal of the Chief Justice is concerned, man penyi Mahama ne so. Just say or the Ghana Constitution and the order Ejuma French in line with Article 146 and the order Ejuma French because Article 146 especially clause 6 and 7 expel categorically processes abefaswa ube deal with issues concerning removal of a Chief Justice. Now Mampenyi Mahama we di super no wonder say almost every stakeholder be a obonabas. Constitution say obi per se otu Chief Justice fiasia obe present first of all present the petition neba Mampenyi Saka Oshema 1 any kwan say o mama obi ampote a secrecy the confidentiality clause papa we di super pepe 2 I was say order ko Council of States na Council of State wo bobo ho na wo arrive baby your friend say prima facie case so what she won say no and in seminar nipa na kantia Chief Justice e betuma na kwa anase engineer so bi wo so a e wo say wo hwehwem nti wo si gina na Council of State na be tro the Mampenyi Mahama no was sign as their friend arrest warrant no eno na Mampenyi ma be gina so no de be suspend the Chief Justice no
and arrest him a warrant
yes thank you Alaji. Council of State no who prima facie case against the Chief Justice concern then they issue a warrant.
Yeah, they issue a warrant
to the president against the Chief Justice. Na Mampenyi we gina warrant no so na or they suspend the Chief Justice. Embra kwan pepe by the law Article 146 clause 6 7 8 9 10 el hafita Ghana Constitution ekita yi el hafita Mampenyi Mahama onto Ghana mrabia na adekro wo ma oye ni je say was suspended Chief Justice no so the senior most justice at the Supreme Court Anno no take over as acting Chief Justice.
Yes.
In this case, the senior most of them, Justice Bafuboni. Justice Bafuboni, MPP fun wapa on the Supreme Court.
2008.
President Akufo Addo 2008. Thank you what probably so Chief Justice senior or number 1 junior uncle. Form 6 new otumi school prefect me ya. No akofa Araba Torkonoo or SS1 just because or your party member Nisuban and in the DPP so obi pass state function Mampenyi Mahama okasa bono body dey hwe mo oso nano opoche nani te say sebe mi krom beyifu bi or the physical rehabilitation person or ya magana fu is Mampenyi Mahama penance na eden. What happened to diplomacy? What happened to the ethics of public leadership? And you know one simple yeka. One sem na petitions what the buy. Council of State we bobo Obobo ho no a prima facie case has been established against you. A warrant has been written. The president has acted upon it. Was suspended. The senior most justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Bafuboni, will take over. Now, what takes in some MP before I empower Justice Bafuboni 2012 election petitioner. Now Akufo Addo or the court Dr. Bawumia Campaign that came and say you and I were not there. I will pass over 10 court case. Justice Bafuboni, even though MPP are buying what power the Supreme Court too. But what can come Brown who said no in some MPP before the name Fakwim and Fambra Kwim. We cannot annul millions of votes to satisfy one short man desire. Nana Akufo Addo for Papa ni bona nchene da. And that is why you bypassing we choose so for Akufu we choose any yabua we choose to get to the Araba Torkonoo. Fatunchen Papa Bafubon just Bafubon is new wife or a prison service paying or qualified to be the Director General of Ghana Prison Service because of Nikun when the case name against NDC 2012 into no. Wa buatra besi 2025 man paying Mahama. Wa point by Besiano do or qualify. So I the Director General for Friends Ghana Prison Service. So this is how vindictive abambona HME na woye. Na uti Ghana Bar Association won letter ya. Okanya no akan we bu say the GBA president Besiano Fagati. Yeah. Lawyer Fagati Esquire. Osi. Me kosini na mampeni ma 1 year boni bia 1. Number 2. Waya we Ghana for lawyer fu ina ya we say process na ekoso in accordance with constitution. Waya we biom so say MPP fu be penifu e bi so we issue say rates when commence rate or court say what challenge the suspension of a friend the process the process no ansa na nded dia so ma sa MP or otafu ya o person ogini de on to me gidi papa ne brofun kan on Facebook o sin there no wa petition Supreme Court say won't suspend the suspension of the CJ. Then the Ghana Bar Association president Kyeremanteng say the whole process no legal to offend sub judice. I say asemo court I can ho asemo public space our court. So the whole thing is now before a panel. Whatever is going on at the friends and now it has moved from Council of State to it's a Council of State to
a core committee
at the committee level.
Yeah, so prima facie case no Council of State nobody can establish it.
Yes.
Now Oma establish here.
Yes.
It is suspension about a committee has been set up.
Exactly.
And this year no a stage here.
Yeah, it is once committee na wo yejuma committee no so no a senior person at the Supreme Court now in charge in the person of Justice Gabriel Pamwai in charge, you know. The case is deemed to be at the judicial level. Until can have some now details what too much content in which capacity and I've been sentenced for all the court they say one suspend whatever. Pardon me, yeah, sure say or your lawyer and papa.
So the kind of coy or the kind of first year you call say yes stop a process no.
I know a trick.
Yeah, and no I'm fine or the suspension so of course yeah suspended
first one or the coy now.
Where interlocutory injunction.
First one or the coy now go for damn first match agent or General Supreme Court as a lawyer no. And no now it was engineered towards forcing President Mahama to go against the constitution. So far as Article 146 clause 6 is concerned on the confidentiality clause. It was in the Mahama one man and the copy. When you say now we release our media, no I can say hey, we breach confidentiality clause into no petition is moot. And then the day they did Supreme Court to France no. That day Dr. Ayini is a senior lawyer and I salute the Attorney General. That particular day in State Attorney is a cry in our Kweku workshop. Yes. So Dr. Ayini above 50 against one case one record here for unanimous FC no. And I feel the most once I saw a biome and see 3 days ago me wo hono ma yes ne da but da hono ma me ko hwa Akufo Addo ne wafasi ni radio station ni. Ma ebe one frequency ebe enjoy FM one frequency. We serialize it. We serialize it.
Yeah.
The petitions against the Chief Justice,
yes,
and the answer written by the lady herself.
Yes. So where did he get?
Where did they get it from?
Yeah, it's a competition. We are here. But now, me general. I think last week was the general Baha. I will be saying the same question. I say, Neomo can whether no cry no cry. So they are trying to use tricks on Ghanaians to force encophobia petition almost say I didn't need. Mona Musimonia, Mon discuss it.
And the funny thing is, it all give credence to the fact they say, Sana microfocus mami or near people for no things that's supposed to be confidential. No way leak am MPP station. And MPP guys are serializing it. One guy be or Gimpa law. He posted one of the first platform, also a Dino said. And these things, it give credence to the fact. The fact to Nchempo. It's in fact before God a man. If it is established, a woman no leaky man MPP media grandpa, and it's another grounds for removal.
Yeah.
It is a grounds for stated misbehavior because the Constitution enjoins you say keep everything in camera. You don't want the presidency or council of state or the committee to make everything public, but who the new leaky. And it's how desperate the lady can be. But I'm happy to say the president, the attorney general, and Penifo concerning involved in the process the rule of law, the rule of natural justice, before they even went to court. Now president has already given her the copies of the petition. Something that the predecessor never had that opportunity. Charlotte Osei was never given opportunity to also be the petition, and I said accusers against her. Of course, Supreme Court, the same Chief Justice Obogui. Domelevo and Noka committee, you know what happened. What they call court, the same Chief Justice Yala. 3 years later, and some woman ruling. Today, Domelevo, no, the Necromancy soon, no, but Domelevo, Aduku, Domelevo. Wow, what I want to catch a question. Oh, yes. Ubafantika Sebalaji, what's all your phone, sir? No, wash your own, sir. Now, Yankoda and all that. Arabasa Torkonoo, I mean, who mobile. And that the process should go its natural course. We are mindful of Article 296 again, where it talks about the exercise of judicial discretions. Yeah. So we also support that. Now, Aremeyaw Anas na process ni yako. Na and you want to first was suspend no. And suspension senior se wa nto medwane yen. An ye krampo ye Mahama otchere simpa ni krom. E bekopo obenya namo da kofi ni yakọ in the right direction. Wo you baby a no wako baby. Say simpa one genesa ombra hamadonko ye was aso botumi my mango farms. Now we're going in the right direction. The most important thing is under the visionary leadership of John Dramani, His Excellency, and a Minister of Justice and Attorney General, or legal luminary. Now, or apply the law and spirit of the Constitution fairly to all manner of Ghanaians. Sanity will prevail in our judiciary. 3 years ago, okay, I say, like 3 or 4 years ago. What confirm MMDC ofori issue okay it's okay MPP gapadibina otuetu eskema asare for 2 tier also Jinis Kaba is okay special prosecutor also bribery o man 21 count charges or said or the court would you assemble October some few months before general election no way Obama ruling a honor order from above judgment suspended. Based in the judgment in why? Who does that? Judge it assembly so the assembly na was suspending was transfer judge no. One for new judge. The judge who so or ye politically antagonistic. Into a bad day na Ghanaians or man for your GD or judiciary mo. So many people, especially people the judicial watchers, they are happy with whatever process that's going on and they support the government and the committee say they should go all out to bring a finality to this issue. Now you have sanity in the judiciary. And we are all for it.
Okay.
You wait for winning and someone about beto yepuno so Mikao says so when you subscribe to channel idea bomodi say obe subscribe now I like video to give us a thumbs up nafi share ma wo fufro so na we be here now and somewhere koso ewo Ghana memoir also wait me otchere wadwen afa yes some we nyira ho ewo comment box ni mu mobeti menkabio in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.